Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Inclusion and Wellbeing Forum for January 2024. Happy New Year, and I hope you're all off to a good start in your respective schools or centres. Today, we've got Ceanlia, who's joining us to speak all about supporting parents and families of children of determination or students of determination, looking at how we can work with them to engage, to support, and to educate them, and to generally help them on their emotional journey, because it can be quite an emotional journey when a family get either a new diagnosis or move to a new school. So I will hand over to Ceanlia, and thank you very much for your support, Ceanlia.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you, Catherine, for this opportunity. You know, I think it is so important for us to get to understand how we can be a team. And it starts off, we have this job because there's a child, and the child comes from somewhere, which is the parent. And if there's one person who knows the child most, is a parent. You know, they've been with this kiddo for quite some time. So here we are, and I would like to, welcome everybody here to say thank you very much for being here and for this opportunity that I can speak with you. So we're going to look at empowering parent involvement. How do we get parents involved? It is a collaborative approach. Hi, I'm Ceanlia Vermeulen, and I'm the head of inclusion and wellbeing at Al Reef School, currently in Al Ain. We're going to look at 5 things, basically 4 in a summary. I'm going to give you the benefits of parent involvement, and then I'm going to share with you the different attitudes of parents. I think it's very important to understand, the types of parents we have. Then we're going to look at parent involvement within the school, and then you, the teacher, and the parent involvement, and then we will summarize it. Now, I'm sure that you understand that parent involvement is really essential. Children with learning difficulties, and I'm going to share with you 2 examples, actually. The first one is about a boy by the name of Lewis. Now, Lewis was an ex-student of mine in the 3rd grade with severe dyslexia. And the psychologist, suggested the toe-by-toe program, and it is a very boring program. And one day, Lewis and I just looked at each other, and he goes like, Miss V, this is boring. Oh yeah, by the way, the kids call me Miss V. And I go like, Lewis, this is boring. And he goes like, why don't you ask my mum to do this? And literally, that's what I did. I invited the mum in. I trained her how to use the program, and it was a fantastic experience. She loved it because finally she felt like she's involved in Lewis's education. And the outcome was absolutely beautiful. So she learned about the strategies, and then we would share results. We would meet every Friday. And it was absolutely invaluable. Now, the next student is little Usama. Usama is also an ex-student, and he had severe behavior challenges. He was in grade 2, and I just could not put my finger to it. What is going on with this little kiddo? It got so bad that I said to the mum, listen, please come and meet with me. I would like to draw up a behavior plan here. Now, I sat with Usama, and we can find out what he would like to do. That means he's, rewards. But I don't know what punishment to give this child. And it has to explain to the mum what punishment means. It's like, okay, cause and effect. And she switched over to Arabic, and she spoke to him. Now, I had Mum, Usama, the teacher, and myself in my office, and she spoke with him in Arabic. And she looked at me, and she goes like, he hates the sun. I go like, oh yeah, I know, that's one of the problems we have. He refused to leave the classroom because he doesn't like heat. He will sit in the classroom, take a water bottle, and empty it on his head. He could not stand heat. So Usama came up with the idea of, I will sit in the sun. I've never heard of a punishment like this. I'm like, I can't do this. And the mum says, you have my permission. And we put it in his behavior plan. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that you don't believe me, so I here have a video to share with you.
There's no sound, Ceanlia. Is there meant to be sound?
Oh, let me just see if I have clicked the right thing. You're right. I'm so sorry, because this video is just too good to not show you, share with you. Yeah. Oh, I think it's still coming because I gave it the intro time. Everything here is clicked. I will move it a little bit forward.
Morning. My name is Morning. My name
Can you hear her?
Yes.
is
Yeah.
Hiba Ibrahim. I am Usama's mother. I am very happy that I am here in the school with Usama, and now I am getting a lot of helping, and Usama is going on, alhamdulillah, because I am not working alone. Ms. V not working alone, the other teachers not working alone. All we are working together as a team to make Usama going on, to follow the instructions. At the beginning, we give Usama two choices. Either you are good or you are bad. If you are good, you sit 5 minutes in Ms. V's office, and he's playing with the puzzle like 5 minutes. If he did bad things, he has 3 chances. 3 chances means if he did the bad things on 3 chances, he will sit under the sun 3 minutes.
The sound's
And
gone.
if he did bad things
And I think
2
there's some
times,
people
he will
saying
get
they can't hear.
he will sit under the sun.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
I can hear it perfectly.
oh, you could.
Yeah.
I can hear as well.
Oh,
Hi, good afternoon,
hi,
everyone.
Ceanlia. Okay. Oh, well, I think you guys got the groups of it. I don't know if, oh, okay. So some can hear and some can't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop there. I think you guys saw a mother. She's real. She spoke about Usama. She spoke about, you know, he had 3 choices. And it really came down to, you know, get the parent involved. So it was not the school against the parent or the parent against Usama. Usama could see from the start that this is a collaborative approach. My mom is involved. She knows what's going on. And not only that, he's the one who came up with the consequence. Now, I must admit, every time that he sat under the sun, I had to sit with him. And you guys have no idea how long 3 minutes are. It is extremely long. But you know what? We started to see results in week 6. Okay? From sitting under the sun, say like 2 or 3 times a day, to once a week, until he stopped. And it just shows you, although he's in grade 2, he could give input about what he feels he needs. And he took responsibility, you know, for his actions, which was great. So let's move on. I hope that you enjoyed the video, for those of you who could see the video. But parents are not, you know, all alone. They have different attitudes, and it's for us to understand these parents. So let's look at the 7 types of attitudes parents have. Now, the first parent is articulate, assertive, and educated. They know what's going on. They have studied their child's program, the psych report, and they're going to keep you accountable. They can be hard. Now, because parents are unaware of what's going on, it can become tricky. Now, their appearance of self-confidence can sometimes mask their real feelings. So don't be fooled by this assertive parent that looks like they've got it all together. It might just be a mask. Like anyone else, they too have guilty feelings. You know, they feel inadequate. They feel helpless. They feel that they've done something. It's because of them, or they feel frustrated. towards the education system. So, not always sensing these feelings, we might discuss with parents the shortcomings of the child, and it can have a negative effect. So, let's be careful when we speak with these parents, how we speak and what do we say. Another thing that I find is that a lot of children that gets diagnosed, the parents don't really understand what this diagnosis mean. Apart from this parent, the others, when I sit down with a parent, the first thing I go like, do you understand this document? I want to go like 95% will say, no, I don't. So sit down and explain it to them in simple man's terms so that they can understand. The next parent is very angry, but they are knowledgeable. These parents are well informed. They cannot, you cannot discuss the child with them. Everything becomes a fight. And what happens is that human nature, you go on the defense. And there we lose, this connection that we could have had. Inwardly, they are angry towards us, the teachers and other professionals. They feel that we don't understand their child. They do not accept the fact that there are other students who also need the teacher's attention, or resources. Many teachers find it very difficult to remain calm when engaging with these parents. But it's very important to understand and to remember that these parents, they are just concerned about their child. Their chief aim is to negotiate the best action for their child. Parent number 3, the submissive parent. They accept everything everybody is telling them. Whatever gets told to them, they take it. Everything has to be drawn out of them. They don't give you the information. They respond, they take it in. These parents do have the they don't have the self-confidence to challenge you, but it's inward. So be sensitive when you meet these parents and make them feel comfortable, and it is okay. Oh, the uncaring parent. Some parents just seem to not care. The fact that the child has a learning difficulty or problems with reading or mathematics, they place the responsibility squarely on the shoulders of the teacher. It would almost seem as if they are not interested. And doesn't matter what the program we put together, we just don't get their buy-in. They have no interest in the child's homework, for example. It is these parents that we've got to watch out for. What domestic issues are happening at home? One thing always leads to the other. So be aware. And whatever is happening at home will transfer over into the child, and those behaviors will come to school. These parents might just have an inner fear of the education system. They themselves may have had poor experience of schools which have just left them and made them a low priority in their education. Now, we spoke about the angry parent that was informed. This parent is angry but not informed. The attitude of these parents is similar to the ones that are informed, except the fact that their knowledge of their child's problem is extremely limited. Very often, they do not understand the reason for the problem, and they believe that they are always right. These are some of the most difficult parents to deal with. Although these parents misunderstand the problem which their child is experiencing, they do care for their child. In addition, they do not understand the learning support strategies that we put in place. Especially when we modify the curriculum, they just don't understand. Oh, now query, this quarrelsome parent. Oh my goodness, who of you have had a quarrelsome parent? These parents, yeah, I can see your hands go up. These parents are so set on confrontation with the teacher and on accusing the teacher of not doing their job that they overlook their child's problems. They are more intent on criticizing the system and taking it to court than to attend to the child's challenges. Teachers ought to be aware of the fact that each parent sees his or her child's problem as having a top priority. Now, the last set of parents are the parents who self have special needs. These parents, they may have the same problem as their child, such as serious learning problems, communication problems, and so on. They may find it difficult to express in words that they struggle to read the correspondence that we share with them. And I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes tend to overshare and to bombard people with information. I had to learn to just like cool down, Ceanlia, like, one strategy at a time. Usually they understand that the child has a problem because their child is manifesting the same problems they had when they were children and as adults. They feel marginalized because they are not always correctly understood. We have to devote more time to explain the learning support to these parents and encourage them to motivate their child. Now, teachers, think about the parents that you have dealt with. We need to be conscious of the parents' feelings and their behaviors and to realize that their feelings and actions do not always correspond. However, we must try to assist and support parents at all times. The better the cooperation between the parent and the school, the more motivated the child will be to learn. Think about the parents that you have dealt with. In the chat box, write down the different attitudes which these parents have revealed, just for fun. I also want you to think about how you behaved towards them. Having discussed these 7 types of parents, do you think you might have behaved differently if you have understood their attitudes and their behaviors better? You must make time to find space and to conduct interview with parents. Really, when I meet with a parent the first time, the conversation can sometimes go 1 hour, 2 hours. I built that relationship. Do you understand what this report means? I explain to them, like, how do you feel? How do you understand? I make it, this is very okay. There's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with your child. That's why we are here. When I've built that relationship and I took the time, which I don't have, but I take the time to sit with the parents for 1 hour or 2, the next meeting is maybe half an hour. And thereafter it's like 5 minutes because they know me, I know them, they know what's expected. It's worth your time in the end. It will help you to improve the relationship that you have with your parents and they will cooperate. You should be willing to listen. Now, guys, there's a difference between listening and hearing. We have to hear correctly what they are saying and what they are not saying. And they will tell you about their child, things that we need to know, the difficulties that they have. And we can incorporate that. Listen to what they have to say and try to give them practical examples of occasions which their child has been actually successful. Let's not just focus on what the child cannot do, but focus on what the child can do. Find something. You should also discuss the learning areas which the child has difficulties in. And then, focus on how we can assist the child. This helps parents to transfer their anxiety about their child's poor performance to specific areas. And if the child has a lot of areas, choose one. and then later on the next, and then the next. It helps for them to be involved. So be careful not to blame parents for their child's problems. In all our relationship with parents, you should emphasize the partnership which exists between the school and the parent. And in the course of the year, the child will blossom because we're a team. And with a positive attitude, the child will make progress and the parent will feel successful. The partnership is very, very important. It requires hard work. So let's have a look. How do we promote parent involvement in the school? Now, not all schools have a school body, a management body, but really speak to your school because it's so important for parents to be involved. And if you look at the inspection framework, there's a section about how is the parent involved. If you have a management body in your school, make sure that there is a parent from your department on that board. Choose the parent, guide them, support them in, the way forward, what to do. Let them be part of committees. If you're going to have whatever committees there might be, make sure that there's one of your parents involved. You've built the relationship. They want to be involved. They want to feel, part of this whole thing. Develop strategies for intervention. Now, this is where the child's IEP is coming in. It's very important that the parent is part of the IEP process because then we have their buy-in. Make sure that the parent is involved with the child at home. Things to do with this child at home, read to them how to do different spelling activities. Now, it is very important to take note. Our parents are part of a community. I just want to share this. 12 years ago, when I came to the UAE, it was just when the children were not in a bus with curtains, hidden. Now, accessibility is everywhere. How did this happen? Parents started to speak up. The government listened, and we moved forward. Now, our students are supported and acknowledged and appreciated. They can take part, and it's because parents are in the community and we make them sure they are involved. Now, I would like to introduce to you a lady by the name of Shihana. Shihana, are you here? I know I saw you earlier on. And I just want her to share with you how she gets parents involved, what she does at her school that makes parents shine. Now, I'm seeing like we are running out of time, so I'm going to run through this.
It's okay. Okay.
Are you sure? Shana,
Yes,
you're going to come
and-
shortly. I just want to make sure that you are here.
She's here.
Ah, fantastic. Okay. It's very important about the involvement between you and the parents. So make sure that you have an inclusive school, a welcoming inclusive school. Make sure that there is open communication between you and the parent. Like, how do you communicate with a parent? Weekly, via email, via what channel is there? Is the parent able to contact you? Do share resources with the parent. It makes them feel special. And ask them what works and what doesn't. And then get them to share ideas. It's like, Ceanlia, this work, even if, to be blunt, even if it's crap, make it, oh, wow, that's amazing, And then you do it and you give them feedback. Oh, this was so lovely. The English teacher did this and this is what's happening, And the child goes home and it's like, oh, the teacher called me. Take something small and let them feel important. It really works. So here is Shana, okay? What Shana is doing at her school is just magnificent. And the parent involvement it's crazy. When there's a function at school, the gym, because that's the hall, it's packed. So before further delay, Shahana, I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to hand over to you. Please share with us, what do you do and what is happening there?
Thank you, Ceanlia. I was mesmerized by your information and how flawlessly you have moved through the presentation. There's nothing much to add on except for the fact that you have said such remarkable things. But what we do and why we get so much parental engagement, and it goes up to 200, 300 volunteers for one event, and it is because we treat them like family. One of the things that we do, I think, slightly differently is we listen and respect every single culture, every single religion, and give them the space. Because students coming from different backgrounds, parents coming from different backgrounds, some of them love to talk, some of them love to listen, some of them love to just sit and chat with you about different situations in their life. And like Ceanlia was saying, we don't have that kind of time, but if we start taking that time out just a little bit, the reward is remarkable. And because of that, you will start noticing that they will become your fans. They will start volunteering without even requesting anything in return. It's because they trust you and they have built that bond with you, and they start treating you like family. And that constant engagement, that constant bond grows to a level when you can rely on them and they can start leading on initiatives which you could not even have imagined at the beginning of the year or the beginning of the term. And then at the end of the day, all they want is for you to acknowledge them. One thing I would just end off with, because I know time is very less, is most of these parents are also very needy for gratitude, very needy for acknowledgement, and very needy to hear something nice from other people. And if you just appreciate them, because most of these mothers are housewives, they're just sitting at home, they have a lot of responsibility, they have to look after the children, the home, and also prove to their husband they're good mothers. So if they are given that acknowledgement and recognition, they will appreciate you and treat you like that person who they can trust. And then once that bond is established, there is no turning back, and it will keep on getting stronger and getting better and better each day. So Ceanlia, I promised 2 minutes, and there you go.
Oh my, thank you so much. Shahana, I really, really, really appreciate you joining us. You know, when I was compiling my slides and I was just thinking, you know what, there's one person that I have to get to speak about this because I have seen it with my own eyes. You know, Shahana is asking for a cake and 5 arrive. It's really beautiful. Thank you very, very much. So we get to the end. Let's summarize and come to a conclusion. You might ask, you know, what exactly is parent involvement has to do with the students having learning difficulties? Well, it has been shown over and over that when students see their parents interact with the teachers, that their interest becomes more. They give more. They want to. They are motivated to learn and to grow. So, we spoke about 7 types of parents: the articulate, the angry and informed, the submissive, the uncaring, the angry and uninformed, the quarrelsome, and then the parent with special needs. Keep that in mind next time when you interact with a parent and see, how can you tap into this? How can I support them? It is very important to get parents involved in school, get them on the management body, make them part of the support team. It is so, so, so important. Guide them in how to support their child at home and support them to be representatives of the community, especially where we are in the UAE. Now, foster the involvement of parents is going to come from you. Make sure that your school is inclusive and very welcoming. Make sure that there's open communication, that your parents have a way to communicate with you. Every school has their different systems. Share resources and have workshops Invite parents to school, get people to come and do talks, educate them, empower them, collaborate with parents in the development of the IEP, because then you have their buy-in, and there's only one way forward, and that is up for the child achieving his or her goal. And as Shahana said, recognize and appreciate the contributions that the parents are making. Make them feel special, because they are. And honestly, I'm the parent of a special needs child. It's a lonely road. It's a hard road. It's a battle. You're alone. So reach out the hand. Take the hand of the parent and say, it's okay, I've got you. You're not alone. If you would like to contact me, there I am, ceanlia@gmail.com. You can WhatsApp me. And then I really would appreciate your feedback. Here's a QR code. Give me a little bit of feedback about how you felt about this presentation. And Catherine, thank you for this opportunity. Back over to you.
Well, I think in all earnestness, Ceanlia, this is one of the most interesting forums that we have done to date, because it's something that I think all of us as practitioners know, but we don't take time to break it down and really dig into the details and actually crystallize what are the different profiles, what are the different characteristics, and how should we really interact with each of them differently, and what are their different needs. So I personally found this to be absolutely intriguing, really wonderful. And I love that you've brought in someone else, because what we all need to do is to shout out to each other. Where you see good practice, celebrate it, bring people to the fore, and let's showcase what we know is working well. And thank you so much. Always, Ceanlia, your support is always hugely present. I love following you on LinkedIn because you've always got so much going on. I've shared both yours and Shahana's LinkedIn profile so people can see who you are and all of the information that you share every month. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for your answers on the chat. Next month, or this month, on the 30th of this month, we will have another Inclusion Summit. Following the success of our previous summits, we're expecting this to be huge. We've already got wonderful presentations from the leads at Blossom Nursery. We have a Montessori specialist from Elite Private School, a nutritional specialist for early years who is going to talk to us about the importance of the gut microbiome and how it affects children and their behavior. So our Inclusion Early Years and Nursery Summit is going to be in Abu Dhabi on the 30th of January. And please follow our pages to register for that. It's fully free, and there is a gorgeous breakfast and lunch. So we are sponsored by Mubadala. We're in partnership with the Special Olympics, with Widget and Key to Enable. So there's going to be some really interesting presentations that day. Tomorrow, we are hosting the Inclusion Forum for LSAs. So if you are an LSA or if you have LSAs in your school, please share with them. I'm going to put the link in. This forum tomorrow is looking all around ABA. Harmeet, my partner, I know most of you know her. Harmeet is hosting this, and they are looking at the practice of ABA, what exactly it is, how you can become an ABA therapist if it's something that you want to do. So please do share that. That's on Zoom tomorrow at 5. And again, all of our sessions, they're all free. The summits, the Zooms, the forums, everything is free. So please do share it so we can spread the message of inclusive practice. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful year ahead. Ceanlia, I hope I'll see you on the 30th if you can make it. And have a great year, everyone. Keep up inclusive practices. And if you or someone you know has got a really good method or something that's working well, let us know and we'll get you on the forum to share it. We had more than 50 people today, so it was brilliant reach. Have a great year, everyone. Thank you. Ma salama. Thanks, Ceanlia.